Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to talk about how to get over the hump of your first 3 deals. And I will tell you this directly, it is probably the hardest 3 transactions you're ever going to put in your entire career. It does get simpler, but it doesn't really get easier. I hope that helps. To survive as a professional real estate agent, I have created one single metric that will track 100% of your success. Just one, and that is database velocity. How many leads are you adding to your database every single week? Now, your goal starting today is exactly 25 leads per week. This can come from any source. It can come from your sphere of influence, social media, or paid lead generation. All of these 3 sources work together. Your social media, your community, your friends, your family, and your lead gen are all part of the exact same pipeline for your first 3 transactions. Let me give you a piece of real-world data so you understand exactly where this 25 leads per week target takes your business. Now, if you commit to adding 25 names to your database every single week, at the end of 1 year, you'll have added approximately 1,300 people to your database. Now, let's look at the math at how Americans move. The average attrition rate for homeowners, the number of people who move in a given year, is figured anywhere on a conservative 3%, on a high end up to 10 or 12%. This means that out of those 1,300 people, you added between 39 and 150 of them are guaranteed to move, buy, or sell in the next year. This is exactly why your first 3 transactions are the absolute hardest. If you're 10 or 20 weeks into this business and you've only been adding 5 or 10 leads a week, your database is too small. It's going to take a little longer to hit that statistical jackpot. But let's take a closer look at some of the conversion math. You aren't going to win 100% of the people who transact in your database. This is really where your individual talents actually shine. Some agents convert around 10% of the people transacting, up to 30 to 50% of the people in their database. To start, we recommend planning on converting around 10% of the people who transact. That modest 10% conversion rate on the transaction pool. Assuming a middle ground of 100 transacting clients out of your 1,300 person database and a 10% conversion rate equals exactly 10 closed transactions per year. It's roughly about 1 transaction every single month. But here's where the magic really happens. Adding leads to your database has a synergistic compounding effect to your business over time. In year 5 of your career, if you've remained committed to adding 25 leads to your database every week, you now have a sovereign database of over 6,000 people. If 10% of them transact in a given year, that's 650 people. If you convert 10 of those 650 or 10%, you're closing around 65 transactions every year on complete autopilot. Think about that. Can you imagine 65 transactions every year on autopilot? Is this making a little more sense? Now, we need to stop treating the real estate business like a casual hobby. I mean, you can, but to get to an elite business model, or if you worked for a major corporation, they would set strict, non-negotiable performance benchmarks for you. If I was your boss, I would say, look, if you aren't bringing 25 leads into this database each week, we're going to have to let you go. And on top of those 25 leads per week, I need you to book 3 to 5 appointments every single week, week in, week out, from now until you die or you retire. Does that sound kind of sketchy? It does, but this is the type of leadership you need to implement in your own business. So how do we hit that 25 leads a week baseline? I'm going to set the bar incredibly low on what you can count as a lead. First, you could just simply go look up your neighbor's house, see what it's worth, and if they've lived there for a few years. You find their phone number and their email address and you add them to your database. That is a lead. Second, you could download your entire street in your neighborhood, and you could cross-reference them with publicly available phone numbers and emails and add 25 of them directly to your CRM. You just hit your goal. A third way we can accomplish this is go through your Facebook or social media accounts, look for friends, acquaintances, or people who have become detached from your reality over the years. Look up their home address or reach out and say, hey, I'm updating my fall address card list. Let me get you added. But here's a critical mistake most agents make early on. They don't set up enough links in their social media profiles. You need to make sure that your broker is providing you with hot links that drive consumer traffic through your IDX search portal and straight into your CRM. Every single social media profile you own must have links to your direct booking calendar, an instant home valuation, a home search, and a clean contact hub showing all of your information. If you don't have these links in your bio or on your social media accounts, you're making it physically impossible for consumers to find you when you post content. Now let's talk about paid leads. Early on, keep this very small. Aim for just 3 to 5 paid leads per week. This gives you a highly consistent, low-cost stream of contacts that you can run through your operation systems to kind of figure out what your touch looks like. Now, many agents will join a traditional team and let that team take a massive split, or they buy recycled Zillow or Realtor.com leads. The reason the companies do that is because they are making up the actual lead cost by about 300%. I'm sorry, they are marking up the actual lead cost by about 300%. Learning how to generate your own leads allows you to take control of your client acquisition cost and scale and go from maybe $1,500 to $3,000 per closed lead to $300 to $500. Now, you can implement these lead sources immediately. Open houses, Facebook ads, Google search ads, YouTube, Google My Business, geographic farming, door knocking, or cold calling. The only thing that matters is that you have a consistent inbound flow. This is why I recommend building out a YouTube channel for every single active agent. I don't care if you want to be a content creator or not. The beauty of YouTube is that it is completely free and allows you to talk directly to your client avatar. Think of your YouTube videos as a room full of zombies ready to go to work for you on complete autopilot. They break down your meet and greets, share your client stories, and build trust for you while you sleep. You can also use these videos to text your CRM database, hey, I just dropped a quick video on why I think home prices are going up this year in Minnesota. Take a minute and check it out. The same goes for blogging and SEO. Writing a weekly blog post about your local market, neighborhoods, parks, or city council rules gets you time to over-target. For example, if you do a research on some local park and discover in the title history the original owner was some random historical figure who wrote a book on topography, that little piece of local history changes the game. It makes you the undeniable local expert because you've done the research. I recommend writing at least one blog post a week and emailing it out to your database. Hey, here's the local market update, and don't forget to check out my blog post below where I uncover some crazy history on our local park. You see how that works? It gives you a way to communicate with your database that is genuine, natural, and highly authoritative. The more people spend time getting to know you through your content, the more likely they are to transact with you. If you want to get over the hump or your first 3 deals, stop wishing and start putting 25 leads into your database every single week starting today. If you got some value from this video, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to learn about how we build these automated systems for our local partners, click the link below and book a private one-on-one with me. Let's see you in the next video.